welcome to the Green Apple Home. So I had a request. I did a candy bouquet, how to make a candy bouquet, and someone requested to do a Christmas themed one. So kind of instead of a candy bouquet, I decided to do a tree. So it's going to be a Christmas tree, candy tree bouquet, whatever it's called. Okay. So anyways, first you need something as your base. You can do a box. This is like an old cookie tin. You can do like a pot for a potted plant. Okay, so I've decided to use this tin for my candy tree, and I've cut my pool noodle with my little serrated knife, and I'm just going to put it down in there. Obviously it's going to wibble wobble, so I took another just piece of it that was about the same height that I wanted, and I cut it in two so that it would kind of give it support. So you need to stuff down in your whatever you're using, your tin or your box, whatever you need to stuff down in more of this foam, just so it will have the support and it won't wibble wobble. So I did stuff down a few little more pieces down there so that I can even hold it upside down. I mean, it's like not going anywhere. So that's your first step, is to get a solid base. And then I'm just doing this step. You could do wrapping paper. You could just put in like raffia or anything, any filler that you want that would just cover up the noodle at the base. So I'm just going to do foil because it's shiny and pretty for Christmas. I went ahead for my topper and bought one of those Terry's. You whack them and then you peel it, and they're little orange slices. They're chocolate, but they're like an orange chocolate. They're delicious. That's what I'm going to use for my star. You could use a large Hershey Kiss, the kind that you get in the box. You could do that. Or you can make a star out of, like if you glued some toothpicks together and made a star and then glued candy on that, you can make your own homemade star. I went ahead and bought, and you could do gum, you could do Andy's Mints if you wanted to keep it green. But if your noodle is like pink and you want to do a pink tree, then I mean, pick whatever candy you want. I just did green because it's kind of, you know, the tree. I just did, there's 20 packs of the double mint green gum. What I did over here is I got my skewers and broke them down, cut them down. They're in different lengths, so like this one's longer, and then it goes down to the size of a toothpick. So hopefully, I'm hoping that, you know, the tree at the bottom will have a wider base, and then as I go up, it's going to become narrower like a tree really is. And then after I did that, I flipped them over, and you can see I'm putting, this is a Dove chocolate, this is a Dove peppermint bark, this is a cinnamon disc, but you could do Hershey Kisses, whatever flavors of candies you want. They'll stick in like this to your pool noodle, and then it's kind of like the little ball on the Christmas branch. So these are like the ornaments. So that's what I'm doing now, and then these guys will be my fillers in between my branches. These just have toothpicks taped to them. I just picked these because they're nice and shiny and colorful. So there's my little vase. See how I'm kind of like staggering them, just so that one place doesn't get more branched than another. Or I guess it'll look fuller, hopefully. Anyways, just play with it till it looks good. And then we'll fill in with the rest of the candy. And some of these candies are heavy, so you might want to like double tape it, maybe one this way, or even tape it diagonally just for a little bit of difference. Because you should be able to just do this without the toothpick rolling around, because then it's strong enough when you stick it in that it'll stay face up and it won't twirl around your bar and end up like that, because you don't want it to be ugly sticking out like that. So just make sure it's secure before you actually stick it in. Okay, I think we're ready, hopefully, to fill our tree in. Right now, this is just how it's looking. I think I'm just gonna take the longer bars for the longer toothpick or the longer stick to cover, and obviously the toothpick ones don't have a longer stick to cover up. So that's, I guess, my strategy. Well, this is the tree, guys. This is the final of the tree. I just stuck it in on a skewer. I just have this barely going into the chocolate, just enough so that it sits there without falling down. And then I just added more mints and things at the top just to cover up as much of the green as I could. You can still see green. You're going to be able to see some green, but anyway, that's my take on it. If you didn't want to do this gold orange on the top or a Hershey Kiss, you could take some ribbon, some wire ribbon, and make it into a bow and kind of do a bow on the top with it kind of flowing down on the side. Here it is where I've just added some ribbon flowing down just to add a little bit more color. You could do that. Yum! That looks good enough to eat. Yummy candy tree. Alright, thanks for watching. That was my take on a Christmas candy bouquet. And we'll see you next time on The Green Apple Home.